Want to have a good show for you guys. Go ahead and kick it off right now. 2 companies, 2,000 jobs, 2 different industries, 24 hours. Yesterday morning, while we were doing this show, Snap announced 1,000 layoffs. 16% of their entire company gone. And yesterday afternoon, Disney announced 1,000 layoffs. Now, we've been talking about Disney. We've been talking about this was coming. So this is just this happening in real time. We were talking about this. Their new CEO, brand new plan, same result, different industries, different cities, and different products. Same playbook. And while those 2 people were reading termination emails, Goldman Sachs were counting $17.23 billion in 1 quarter. And guess what, guys? I came across some data this morning that's letting me know that your ground beef at the grocery store is going up. It just hit $6.70 a pound, the highest since 1984. Let me say that again. Companies are making more money than ever, cutting more workers than ever, and your grocery bill is going up at the same time. That is not a coincidence. That is a system. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. I want you guys to type template in the chat if you have already seen this playbook running inside your company. I want you guys to type template in the chat if you've seen this playbook in the economy. Many of you guys probably aren't going to type template regarding the economy because this is something new. But I see you guys in the chat. This is the Daily Climb. I'm Antoine Wade. Let's look at the data. I got a good show prepared for you guys. We're going to dive right into it. Okay? I'm going to dive right into it. Let's get into the market deep dive. 4 stories, 4 signals, all happening right now. Yesterday morning while we were doing this show, the Snap CEO, Evan Spiegel, he sent a memo to his employees. 1,000 jobs gone. That is 16% of Snap's entire global workforce. The company had 5,261 full-time employees as of December 31st, 2025. The savings target, $500 million by the second half of 2026. The severance, 4 months pay, which is good. I mean, I got to say this, 4 months severance, healthcare coverage, equity vesting. It's actually not bad for a company to give that level of severance because it's going to take 4 months for people to find a job. So they're doing right by their people, at least from the severance standpoint. Now, if you worked at Snap and you were one of the ones that were laid off, you'd probably be like, nope, that's not right, Antoine. You're not doing right by me because you were taking it personally. But here's what the CEO said. The CEO said rapid advancements in artificial intelligence enable our teams to reduce repetitive work, increase velocity, and better support our community, partners, and advertisers. A nice corporate words, nice corporate polish. Now, here's what that means for your positioning and anybody else who works for Snap. This is Snap's 4th round of layoffs since 2022. They cut 20% in 2022. Then they cut 10% in 2024. Now, 16% in 2025. 2026. Forgot what year we were in. 16% in 2026. Each round is getting bigger, not smaller. And guess what the stock did? The stock went up when they announced this. That tells you everything about who the market is working for right now. I want you guys to type Snap in the chat if you work in social media, in entertainment, or digital marketing. Type Snap in the chat. I want to see if who all works in the market intelligence, the digital marketing, the social media places. Moves on to the second story. You guys have heard this one before, but we're going to talk about it again. Because when I gave this to you the first time, it was just words, meaning speculation that this was going to happen. Now it really happened. Story number 2, Disney. Same week, different industry. New CEO Josh D'Amaro took over on March the 18th. Less than 30 days later, he announced 1,000 layoffs. They are calling it Project Imagine. ESPN, TV studios, product and tech, marketing, corporate functions, all affected. Now, since 2022, Disney has eliminated more than 8,000 jobs. And this is the first round under the new CEO, not the last. Now, here's something that ladder climbers need to know. Disney released their severance package details this week. This is new data right here. They released it. So what are people going to be getting paid now that they're laid off? What are they getting from a package standpoint? Well, non-managers under 5 years at Disney only get 4 weeks of pay. Directors under 5 years, 13 weeks. VP and above under 5 years, 26 weeks. Know your number before you ever need it. I want you guys to understand that. Know your number before you ever need it. Now, let's move on. Story number 3. We've been talking about banks all week. All the banks reporting earnings. This is a contrast story. So while tech and entertainment are cutting, finance is doing something completely different. Now, don't get me wrong, Citigroup did cut 20,000 people, so you got to make sure that that's part of the data as well. But Goldman Sachs posted $17.23 billion in Q1 2026 revenue, up 14% year over year. Equities revenue, $5.33 billion, a record, up 27%. Return on equity, 19.8%. EPS, $17.55. Wall Street expected $16.47. They beat. Finance is not just surviving this market, finance is thriving in this market. And we will come back to that a little bit later, segment 4, because we need to understand what it means for your positioning. All right. Banks crushing it, guys. Banks doing all kinds of good stuff. Move on to story number 4. And this one is new territory here, okay? So Deloitte, big consulting firm, got family members who work at Deloitte, great company, big company, big consulting firm. Well, today on Business Insider broke an exclusive story on Deloitte. Deloitte is not just cutting jobs, they are cutting benefits for approximately 181,000 U.S. employees in internal support roles, starting January 1st, 2027. Here's what changes. Parental leave, cut in half from 16 weeks to 8 weeks. So you young ladies who are having kids and want to work for Deloitte, you used to get 16 weeks. 16 weeks is what? 4 months, ain't it? Now you only get 8 weeks, 2 months. PTO has been cut as well. Cut 5 to 10 days, depending on your seniority. Okay. A 10-year employee goes from 30 days to 20 days. The $50,000 adoption and IVF reimbursement. Guess what that has been? That has been eliminated entirely. Pension plan accruals frozen after December the 31st. Now, Wharton Business School professor Peter Capelli, he put it plainly. This is what he said. He said, cuts and squeezing do not seem to be because businesses are in trouble. It seems more like with the job market slack, they feel that they can. You remember when we were talking about the COVID times and companies just tossing all kinds of benefits at you? You remember they would give you a dog, they would give you cookies, they would give you all kinds of IVF treatments, unlimited PTO, all sorts of stuff. That's what they did in order for them to attract you, right? Now the job market isn't that good, right? You have to fight for jobs. Companies are like, we can take all this stuff back. We can save money. We don't need to give 16 weeks of PTO. We don't need to get 16 weeks of parental leave. 8 weeks is the standard. That's what it used to be. We've gotten too loose with this. That is the analyst frame from everything happening today. Companies are saying, you know what? We are in a state in this economy where people are willing to work and they're willing to work for less. So we are going to give them less. It is not about distress. It's about leverage. And companies right now have the leverage. The market shifted and companies know it. Now, before we go deeper into what all this means, I need you guys to do something, okay? And if you are not ready to invest yet, start here. The 2026 Career Protection Playbook. It's absolutely free. I built this because of everything that we just talked about. Snap cutting 16% of their employees, 1,000. Disney cutting 1,000. Deloitte freezing benefits. Your risk zone is real. And I put together a guide to help you figure out where you stand. Inside the playbook, you find your risk zone for AI automation. Are you in danger or are you positioned to benefit? You get the 5 skills that actually matter in 2026, not 55. The ones that the data says employers are paying for right now. You get a 30-day quick start action plan, day by day, what to do, what to learn, what to apply for. You get a weekend action plan with 5 specific moves that you can make on Saturday and Sunday. And you also get the Daily Climb newsletter sent to you Monday through Friday at 11:30 a.m. Central. Everything that we cover on the show in your inbox every single day. The professionals who survive 2026 are not waiting on permission. They are building career insurance right now. NextGenHeights.com. Link is in the description. $0, zero excuses. Okay, let's jump over to the next segment, guys. Got some good data for you on this next segment. Let me show you why all four of these stories are connected. Got a video that I want to share with you first. Okay, this is Snap, their stock jump on plans to axe 16% of its workforce, citing AI efficiencies. Ain't that something? Last fall, the CEO says, I described Snap as facing a crucible moment, requiring a new way of working that is faster and more efficient while pivoting towards profitable growth. That's what the CEO said. He says, we believe that rapid advancements in artificial intelligence enable our teams to reduce repetitive work, increase velocity, and better support our community partners. Let's listen to what Evan Spiegel was talking about on this CNBC exclusive.
Yeah, Evan, I just wanted to ask you broadly about this movement to ban social media, for under 16-year-olds in Australia, and the growing discontent in Europe, which is also weighing similar proposals. How are you going to fight it?
Oh, nice to see you, Sarah. As we look at the social media bans, I think one of the challenges we face is really helping people understand how different Snapchat is. A lot of the research and studies that are out today on social media lump Snapchat in with other services like Instagram and TikTok. But the studies that look at Snapchat specifically show that Snapchat actually has a positive impact on people's well-being because it connects them with their friends and family, which we know is
Snapchat has a positive impact on people's well-being because it connects them with their friends and family. Tell that to the 1,000 people you just laid off. I don't think they want to hear that right now, but that is the energy. Okay. Now, let me give you the analyst frame on all this. Business Insider ran a story this morning. The headline, the AI layoff playbook is here. You guys heard me talking about the AI layoff playbook. We've been talking about the playbook for many segments. Matter of fact, you go to the channel. Let me go to the ETU channel real quick, or not the ETU channel. Let's go to the Wade Report channel. I told you guys that there are going to be CEOs copying, right? You go to my episodes, go to the ETU channel. You go to the episodes and you'll see that we have episodes regarding the playbook of people and CEOs making the same copying themselves, right? Because here's the thing. The data starts to, if you're looking at the data, you're going to see how easy it is to pick up on what's actually happening. Right, you're CEO of a company, right? You want your stock to pop. You cut a whole bunch of people and say, okay, well, we're investing in layoffs. What does it do? It makes you look progressive. It makes you look smart. It makes you look like you're taking, advantage of the technology that's out there today. So that's exactly what Business Insider published this morning in an article. They published that in an article this morning, the CEO playbook, or the new AI playbook. See if I can get to it real quick. It's in here. There we go. The AI layoff playbook is here. That's the name of the article. Their headline confirmed what we have been saying on this show for months. Here's a 5-step playbook. Every major company is running this right now. Step 1, implement enterprise AI tools across the organization. Step 2, audit every department for what can be automated. Step 3, announce AI-driven restructuring, because 59% of companies frame layoffs as AI-driven, because it plays better with stakeholders. Step 4, cut 10 to 20% of the workforce, primarily non-revenue roles. Step 5, redirect every single dollar of savings into AI infrastructure investment. That is the playbook. Snap ran it, Disney ran it, Block ran it, Atlassian ran it, Oracle ran it. And here is what a top consulting firm managing partner said about it. They said, if you say you're doing a reduction because you're leveraging AI, you look more progressive and smarter. That is not a compliment. That is just a market signal. That is just the data.